got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Chicken. We got some leftover chicken, some breading, and some stuff. Come on. I know these guys are really happy. They're angry. Oh, she got some? There you go. Watch. That's a gar. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's. These guys over there are fighting. Sorry. Trying to flip it. There we go. Welcome everybody. Just I took a minute here to really be grateful for the event, for the day of today. I already did my morning meditations, and right now today I was doing my journaling and my reading, and I decided to come on live with you guys right now to I don't know, see how the energy flows. I guess you could say it that way. Cool. But definitely we're going to continue on with where we left off. Okay. So we had left off on principle number 10. Here you go. Here's where we left off. Because we went 1 through 5, and then we did 5 through 10. No, 5 through 9. All right, so here we go. Principle number 10. Now, this is coming from the Pocket Guide to Becoming 13 Principles of Power, Presence, and Purpose. This is written by me. All right, so, and principle number 10 is control your focus. Your attention is the steering wheel of your life. Where your attention goes, your life flows. The world wants your attention. Social media, headlines, drama, noise, they're all designed to distract you. But here's the truth: what you focus on becomes your experience. Focus is your most valuable resource. Not money, not time, not even energy. Because focus determines where all of those go. If you don't control your focus, the world will, and it won't guide you to your purpose. It'll guide you to anxiety, to comparison, and confusion. Discipline without focus is chaos. Energy without direction is waste. Mastering your focus is mastering your outcomes. Bruce Lee says, the successful warrior is the average man with laser like focus. And Tony Robbins says, your life is controlled by what you focus on. Now, if you haven't paid attention, I said this before in this book. This is one of the most important quotes that has dramatically changed my life. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. 100%. That's okay. Field note from the observer. Your mind isn't your enemy. It's just untrained. The mind wanders by default, but you're not here by default. You're here by deliberate. And you're not your thoughts. You are the one directing them or letting them run wild. Focus is not intensity, it's direction. Point yourself on purpose. Daily practice for focus. Morning targeting. What are my top 3 focus points today? Write them down. Guard them. Midday check. Am I focused or am I just busy? Redirect. Evening review. What distracted me today? What supported my clarity? And you need to adjust accordingly. All right, Stevie. Welcome. Oh my goodness. 60. Isn't that hot for you guys up there right now? Anyway, here we go. Daily practice for focus. Let's go. Let's start it again. Morning targeting. What are my top 3 focus points today? Write them. Guard them. Midday check. Am I focused or just busy? And you need to redirect. Evening review. What distracted me today? What supported my clarity? And you need to adjust accordingly. The lie. I can multitask. No, you can't. Multitasking is task switching, and every switch costs clarity. One focus, one direction, and maximum return. Jim Rohn reminds us, don't let the minor things in life keep you from the major ones. You need to focus is the filter. Use it wisely. Final thoughts. A man who masters his focus doesn't need to control the world because he controls how he meets it. That's how legacies are built. One clear focus moment at a time. Real world reminders. The pain didn't disappear, but the moment I turned it into fuel, I became dangerous in such the best ways. Transitioning to principle number 11. Once your focus is aligned, you can direct it towards something bigger than you, because real fulfillment comes when your energy serves not just your goals, but your mission. Principle number 11. Serve something greater. Your life isn't just about you. You weren't born just to build a life. You were born to impact others through it. How you live your life is how you impact others. You've done the work. You've aligned your habits, standards, and truth. But the next level of growth requires you to go beyond yourself. When your purpose becomes service, your pain gains meaning. Your past becomes fuel and your journey starts echoing outward. You don't need a platform to serve. You don't need a fame or followers. You serve by how you show up for your family, for your team, for your community, even strangers. This isn't about being a savior. It's about being a mirror that reflects possibilities to others. Here we go. Albert Einstein said, only a life lived in the service of others is worth living. And Mahatma Gandhi said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Here's a field note from the observer. The moment you start asking, how can I use this for someone else? Everything shifts. You stop seeking validation. You start transmitting value because the man who serves from overflow never runs out. He becomes a well others draw from without losing himself. Here's a daily practice for service. In the morning questions, who can I help today? No strings attached. Midday awareness, where is their need? And how can I meet it, even in a small way? Evening reflection, did I serve beyond myself today? Did someone feel seen because I showed up? Here's a lie. I'll serve once I'm successful. No, you won't. You don't wait until you're ready. You serve from where you are with what you have. That's how you become more. Jim Rohn reminds us, giving is better than receiving because giving starts the receiving process. Serving is the signal that tells the universe, I'm here not just to take. Final thoughts. A life built only for you will feel empty, no matter how full your bank account is. But a life poured into others, that's legacy, that's light, that's leadership. Real world reminders. I stopped waiting to feel like it and just did it anyway, day after day until I became who I was. As you begin to serve outward, as you face the pressure, distraction, and burnout. So, what's the key? Stay grounded. Serve from a rooted presence and not performance. Transition to principle number 12. Stay grounded. Balance is strength. Presence is power. The man who stays rooted doesn't get rattled. He responds. He doesn't react. You can't walk in peace if you're always chasing control. You can't stay balanced if everything knocks you off center. The grounded man is not numb. He's aware, he's present, he's calm, he's centered, he feels, but he doesn't drown. He sees chaos, but he stays in clarity. Grounding its weakness, it's your anchor in the storm. The world will test you. People will project onto you. Life will push your buttons, but you don't have to take the bait. You don't have to swing at every pitch. You can stand firm and stay unshaken. Rumi says, be like a tree and let the dead leaves drop. While Timber Hawkeye says, you can't calm the storm, so stop trying. What you can do is calm yourself. The storm will pass. Here's a field note from the observer. Sometimes the ground shakes. Sometimes life hits harder than expected. But stillness isn't found from outside. It's forged within. You don't rise by force. You rise by being rooted in who you are and what you stand for. Let the wind blow. You bend, but you don't break. Daily practice for staying grounded. Morning rooting. Feet on the floor. Deep breath and say it. I'm grounded. I am safe. I am here. Midday regulation. Am I tense or am I calm? Am I reacting or am I responding? Return and take a breath. Evening release. What shook me today? What did I hold on to that wasn't mine and just let it go? All right, here's a lie. I have to stay on top of everything. You know how it usually feels that if you don't pay attention to certain things, you gotta do it yourself. You gotta do it all. Yeah, well, you don't. The pressure is just an illusion. All right, you don't need to control the storm. You just need to stop letting it control you. Jim Rohn reminds us, don't let your emotions override your intelligence. Emotional control is maturity, and maturity is magnetic. So, final thoughts. Stillness is strength. It's what allows you to hear clearly, to see clearly, to act wisely. In a world addicted to noise, your grounded presence is your greatest weapon. Real world reminders. The day I stopped obsessing over the results was the day the results just started showing up. This one right here, this grounding one, most of the time, I'll tell you a real life story. So, I never really told it to anybody either. So, one time when I was a very young airman, I had an incident one time where we accidentally removed the tire, which we're changing a tire, and we changed the tire from the wrong airplane. And when we realized that we changed the tire in the wrong airplane, I was like, holy shit, that's not the airplane. We got to do that one. It's like, oh shit. So boom, 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 boom. We went back, put it all back together, serviced it, grounded it, tested it, put it back, and then proceeded to change the tire on the correct airplane. That little mistake could have been everything. But I remember clearly that when I realized what I had done, because I was in charge of these guys, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a we thing, but I was in charge of them, so it was my responsibility. And so anyway, I immediately froze. It was insane. I fucking almost died. I said, holy shit, and I just grabbed my head. And then immediately, I had the instinctive words. I can feel my heart rate start rising, and then all of a sudden, my dad's words. It is what it is. But my dad's words just start breathing, breathe, breathe, breathe. So he taught me breath work a long time ago. He taught me breath work fucking since I was like 5 years old, probably even younger. I can hold my breath underwater for a very long time. So when I started grounding myself, and then I saw clarity. I knew exactly what I needed to do. I saw exactly what I could do. Boom, 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 and I just did it and ran. Problem solved. Nothing was wrong. I think that because that airplane had a flight, and we finished just in time. It was great. Left, didn't miss his flight, and was fine. But still, that could have been a major, major, major mistake. So, anyway, grounding is extremely important. Oh, I love my coffees. So I got a guy here. Look at this. Say hi. He's mad because he didn't get any food. All right. So I think we're heading on to principle number 13. Principle number 13, move with I am. You don't chase identity, you actually embody it. You don't become powerful by chasing more. You become powerful by aligning with what you already are. This is it. This is the real shift. You don't stop being a grind. It starts becoming a natural expression of your being. You are not your story. You are not your job, not your wounds, and you're not your titles. You are I am. And everything else flows from that. Most men move from fear. You will move from remembrance. You are not seeking truth. You are it. You are not chasing purpose. You already walking in it. That is embodiment. That is presence. So Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Exodus 3:14 says, "I am that I am." Norman Vincent Peale says, the more you lose yourself in something bigger than yourself, the more energy you will have. And here's a field note from the observer. You are not lost. You're just distracted. You're buried under your noise, conditioning, expectations, but underneath it all, the one watching is still there, unchanged, calm, eternal. I am is not a title. It's your core frequency. Return to it, live from it, speak from it, act from it. Daily practice the moving with the I am. So say it out loud. I am love. I am strength. I am aligned. Don't chant it, own it. Here's a midday reset. When stress or ego rises, whisper, I am, and let yourself return. Evening integration. Where did I forget who I am? There's no shame. There's just recalibration. You got to remember, we talk about it all the time. It's the autopilot. Okay. When you move, when you're in autopilot mode, where you're just going, you're missing out on everything else. On everything else. 360 degrees of the world that you create. So when you're focused on one thing, you miss out on everything else. And that everything else is, like I said, is a world that you create, that you are part of, right? So why not present yourself in the best way? Here's a lie. You don't have to find yourself. Excuse me. The lie. You have to find yourself. You don't. You don't have to find anything. You were never lost. You were just buried under layers that weren't yours. You don't need to become, you need to remember. By remembering, you got to peel back certain layers of programming and stuff like that. I mean, shit. You got to remember, we were basically programmed from day one. Once we fucking started whang, we started getting programmed. So, Jim Rohn reminds us, learn to walk harder on yourself than you do on your job. Because the man aligned with I am does not need to perform, he simply is. Let me repeat that one because this is one of the most important ones that. Ready? Jim Rohn reminds us. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Because a man aligned with I am doesn't need to perform. He simply is. Final thoughts. You've done the work. You've walked through all 13 principles. And now you don't need to try harder. You need to trust deeper. You're not just chasing the man you want to become. You're simply clearing the path back to him. You don't just walk with the purpose. You walk with the presence, with power, with the I am. Real world reminders. No one saw the shift, but the day I stopped breaking my own code was the world responded differently. All right, I'll go ahead and give you guys my daily code of practice and my closing reflections. Daily code of practice. This code isn't just a way to end your day. This is how you begin it too. Use it in the morning, set your tone, lock in your focus, and walk with intentions. Use it at night to reflect honestly onto your actions and realign with who you are becoming. You don't need perfection, you just presence, just progress. This is your code. Return to it, rebuild from it, and rise through it. Morning intention or evening reflection. I honor who I truly am. That's number one. Number two, my actions reflect the man I claim to be. Number three, I focus on value over chasing outcomes. Number four, I make something or someone better today. Number five, I led myself with discipline and vision. Number six, I experience this day fully, not just survive it. Number seven, I project my energy and honor what truly matters. Number eight, I respect and care for my body. It's my temple. Number nine, I act from truth, not from a need to prove. Number 10, I control my attention and guard my focus. Number 11, I serve someone or something beyond myself. Number 12, I stay grounded and balanced in my strength. Number 13, I move with presence, rooting in the I am. Closing reflections. A final word from the man you're becoming. You made it through the fire, through the mirrors, through the moments that cracked you open. Not everyone does, not everyone is ready, but you were. And even if you didn't know it yet, these 13 principles aren't a finish line. They're a foundation. And now you carry the code. And now you've done the daily check-in and the reminders and the alignments. The truth, use them to sharpen your actions and realign when life gets messy, because the journey doesn't end there. It begins again, each morning, each decision, each act of presence. When the world tries to pull you off course, when the weight hits, when the doubt creeps in, return to the code, read it, live it, rise from it. The world will the world will feel this version of you. The ones you love will follow this version of you. And the younger you, well, he'll finally exhale. Now go, not to perform, but to walk in truth, not to impress, but to embody, not to become, but to be. The Pocket Guide to Becoming 13 Principles of Power, Presence, and Purpose is a book that I wrote. Okay. I wrote it basically as thinking of my son. What would I want my father to have said to me as I moved on into my manhood, as I moved on and took charge of my own world? So, uh, anyway, let me see here. I think we're going to cut this one short today. Thank you so much for being here with me. Let me end this now with a, well, why not? I'll end it with a simple, I feel a lot of energy. Thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate it. If my videos are helping you guys, hey, that's exactly what they were there for. So I'm happy. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. Uh, as my friend Daniel Lott would say, buy my shit. That's what he said. He buy his shit. If you know Daniel, if you know about Daniel and the podcast that we do, Mindset Shift, we're on Spotify too. We're everywhere. So give me 1 second. And there we go. Make sure everything is good. I had to drink a little bit of water. There's a lot. I feel a large presence. So it's a lot of you. All right. There's a lot of mechanics in here too. Cool. All right. So let's give you guys all the best energy for your exams. For if there's something worrying you, if there's something worrying you, just know that you're walking with it. You know exactly. You've already been there. You know the information. You have to learn to trust intuition. The problem is that we don't trust our own intuition, and that's exactly what I teach. Because when I teach you repetition, 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 I mean, it's muscle memory. It's muscle memory. But at the same time, I want you to literally look for the little final details and know and trust that that's exactly you have. That's all it is. Just know and trust and fully you see it, you vision it, you envision it. Boom, 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 boom. You envision it, you know it, you trust it. A lot of energy here. Here we go. I'm gonna circle this back and I'm gonna get thank you so much for all this energy. Wow, I can feel it. If you want to follow along, if you're driving, keep driving. Do not follow. Do not do this if you're driving. But if you could, and if you want to feel it, ground yourself, take your feet off, or just shoes off. Ground yourself, make sure you're touching the ground. Put your back up straight. Mm. Sit tight. Close your eyes. And just breathe. If you're part of my aviation school community, my aviator school community, thank you for being here. You're just following along, just thank you for being here. Like, comment, let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if this energy works for you. Here we go. We're going to breathe in unconsciousness. We're going to squeeze it in. We're just like we are engines, right? So we suck, squeeze, bang, blow. So squeezing in. Feel it. And then blow it out. My name is Nest. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. I wish all of you the best.